He needs a rest right now.
Hey guys, this is Dominique Wilkins.
Hey, this is Sean Kemp.
This is Gary Payton.
Hey, this is Pau Gasol.
NBA fans, what's up? This is Vince Carter here.
Hey, what's up? This is Matt Barnes. If you're an old school NBA fan like I am, make sure you check out the Basketball Time Machine with my man Sean David.
Hello, good day, guys. How's it going? Welcome back to the Basketball Time Machine. My name's Sean David. Let's talk some old school NBA basketball. In today's episode, I want to take a look at some new clips that I found of NBA legends and old school players talking about why they feel that today's NBA is soft. Pretty interesting topic. But before we start with that, let me ask you guys for a small favor. If you're new to the show, please subscribe to the channel. And I would say without any more blah blah, let's get right into it. So how do we start? I would say let's take a clip of different kind of legends and players and Gilbert Arenas, who is driving me crazy and who actually deserves their own video, but that's a different story. And at the end of the video, I will give you my personal take on the whole situation. So let's start.
The NBA is vastly different today than it was when you first came to the league and you had, how would Pat Riley coaching style be received today with today's NBA player?
Come on, Lamar. What? They wouldn't be able to take that shit. Because they would probably feel like, this motherfucker making me feel like I'm 6 years old.
Right.
But it's just to break you down and build you back up.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We talked about this earlier. I remember coming into the league, coming out of Alabama, Roll Tide. I was 225, playing small forward, running there against Mark Eaton. Mark Eaton was one of those people we used to call the wall. I went in, tried to dunk on him, and Mark used to do that thing where he sticks his hip out. I go to the ground and look at the ref. It's like, what was that? Wasn't a foul. You got to get stronger, young fella. I had so many refs tell me, you have to get stronger, young fella. I'm looking like a foul is a foul. But now, if that goes out, that's probably a go over here to this old stupid monitor. Let me see if it's a flagrant 1 or a flagrant 2. And it's just, it slows the game down. It makes the game not enjoyable to watch for me as a fan, because basketball is one of those sports we love because of the continuous action. This slow movement of going looking at these monitors and judging if it's a flagrant. I say if it's no blood, no foul, right? So let's go on and play. And it's just, to me, when we play playoff fouls, you can remember in the Celtics battle, Kurt Rambis, then they got decapitated, and it was just a foul. And it's just, now I know they have to protect the players, and I understand that. But now it's just like if you push someone, next thing you know, you get ejected from the game. It's just a hard foul. And it's just, the game is a little bit softer than I like.
A lot of guys be too friendly now. Like, they weren't friendly. They try to rip each other head off.
If I'm gonna step into a pickup game, I came in to get better. Like, if I wanna just get a run, I can do that anyway. We called each other for a reason. Let's do this. There's no Kyrie in practice. When he go to practice, he's not getting that competition. So when he has it, he has to take it.
Because you got to think, in practice, you play with your starting 5 against I got a motherfucker in my ear 24/7 telling me get out the comfort zone. Get in transition as quick as possible, get to the rim.
Now let's take a look at two of the greatest big men of all time, Patrick Ewing and Alonzo Mourning, both Georgetown Hoyas. Let's take a look.
There's not that many great centers. And I'd be Michael Jordan in this era. It's definitely changed. The way that teams play, the way everybody wants to spread the floor. Most big guys now, instead of posting up, they want to get out there and shoot threes. And you look at all the big guys, Embiid, he's definitely one of them. He spent the majority of his time at the three-point line, where when I played, we were mostly in the post. We post up, we may go out to 16, 17 feet, shoot our shots, myself, Hakeem, David. But now, Porzingis, those guys, they're all three-point shooters.
So does this worry you, upset you?
And with the way the game is being called today, then it would have limited me on my aggressiveness towards my opponent, because the game is called a lot closely now, and they've taken away the physicality of the game, you know. So I'm a little biased from that perspective, you know. So I rather lean more towards how the game was being played in the 90s. I thought it was an exciting time, you know. I think people gravitated toward that type of play.
For him to say, I'm not going to play game 3, but I could play game 4. If you could play game 4, you could play game 3, when your team needs you the most. So you let that slide. Then when you go down 3-0, you can't come back and say, my back is hurting, I had a misstep. The optics of it just looks bad. You can't hint of coming back and then all of a sudden be put back on the shelf. That was the whole point I was making, because they need you.
All these older players were great, but to me, it's the game's evolved. I think it's hard to compare these players too. They were all great in their own way, but like Oscar Robertson is one of the greatest ever, correct?
Yeah.
He can't play today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
These guys are more talented, but they also soft. Never mind. My bad.
Well, that's just, all right, that's what it is. That's just how the league is, though, I think. You know what I'm saying? That's just how the league is trending. But anyway, I would never take a night off. I'm trying to hoop every day.
Right. You come from a different cloth.
I'm from Bell.
They don't produce your cloth no more. They stopped making that when you left.
You guys think the league is soft now?
It looks easier for me because there's things that they can't do anymore to someone like me. When I'm trying to run through that lane and get position, I'll get chucked. Shit hurt. They can't do that anymore. They got to let me run all the way through. Before, if I decide to take off, he can just, hold on. Now he can't. He got to just let me go.
Defensively, like we're like knock Gill off his path.
I knew who I could be more physical with and who it got to. When the ball go up, first possession, boom, boom, hit, all of it. Because I know you're going to shy away from it. The ref going to let us play up to a certain point. And it's so far in between in the NBA now that guys that could have played in our era, they look at them as dirty. They look at them as too physical. Like, no, that's the way they grew up playing the game. That's the way every aspect of the game should be played.
Now it's got to be soft because you got to make a move to do an advantage. You got to get fouls to get an advantage instead of just being an alpha. Like, we played hard. We just wanted to kill each other. Like, yeah, I'm going to beat you tonight.
You know, I remember playing the Knicks in the finals. I got a picture of me getting taken out of the air. My foot is literally this far from kicking the rim, but it was just a regular foul. And we understood that. You go to the free throw line, you make your 2 free throws, and then you win the NBA Finals against the Knicks in 7. That's what you do. But it's I understand they're trying to protect the players, like I said, but it's a totally different game. It was, I hate to say it, I'm gonna say it was a man's game back then.
Across the country,
NBA players are soft.
ESPN. Yeah, he doesn't like the call.
Suspend them. They're soft.
We will be here.
They're soft.
We will be here. Easy. I have allergies.
How in the hell do we come from these areas and come from the gutter and make it out to success to take care of our families, and all of a sudden we got mental problems? All of a sudden we blaming everything on this mental health. Man, we went through way worse shit when we was broke.
Now I know that many of you guys watch my show for a couple of years now, and I'm pretty sure you also know my personal opinion about the whole current NBA situation. I was trying so hard to fall in love with the game again because, I mean, it's the game that I grew up with. Basketball is like probably the most important thing next to my family in my life, but there's so many reasons why I dislike it, and a big part of it is that the NBA is getting soft. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blind to what happened back in the days. Back in the days, we also had referees who would call fouls and technical fouls, which were mind-boggling. But the ratio, like today you have it so often, like the whole physicality of the game. If it's the post game, people moving and shoving each other, if it's the players shouting at each other, fights and everything, and the whole, I mean, I could literally do like a 20-minute video about just the physicality alone. And to me, I think the NBA, even though the numbers have gone up, the product itself is not as good as it used to be. I would love to have players who literally destroy each other on court. I mean, I don't even care if after the game, if they go out to lunch. I mean, even Michael Jordan went out with Patrick Ewing and Charles Oakley. So that stuff was also happening back in the days. We all know that. But on the court, I want to see that you guys really want to win and do whatever it takes to win the basketball game. And if you're not fighting and pushing and shoving and being hard on the other guy, it's not the same thing. Anyway, you guys, let me know in the comments below how you think about it. And hopefully I'll see you next time on the Basketball Time Machine.